Again, excerpt number 40 from Rabash, the importance of recognition of evil. The work, that is, the preparation to enter true spirituality, that is, when one takes upon himself to believe in the importance of the Creator above reason, he must take upon himself that he wants to go specifically with faith above reason. Even though he was given the reason to see the greatness of the Creator within reason, he prefers faith above reason. You too, because of the honor of the Creator, conceal the matter. This is regarded as wanting to go above reason. Precisely then, he becomes a kli that is fit to receive spirituality, since he has no concern at all for himself, but all his intentions are only to bestow upon the Creator. For this reason, there is no longer fear that, should he be given some illumination, it will go into the vessels of reception, since he is always trying to exit self-love. Excerpt number 41 from the article by Rabash concerning about reason. One must say, now I see that the real way is actually to go above reason. And the evidence of that is the fact that now I have been rewarded with some illumination from above, only because I have taken it upon myself to go above reason. This is why I was rewarded with the Creator bringing me a little closer to Him and giving me some awakening from above. And this illumination that he has now received gives him an answer to all the questions. It turns out that this testifies to the above reason. Thus, what should I do now? So I will continue with above reason. There is only to reinforce and to start looking for ways to dress his work in above reason. It turns out that by not blemishing his faith at all, since he was walking in it before he was rewarded with any illumination from above, since even now he is not receiving the illumination as a foundation on which to build the structure of his work. Rather, he is taking this illumination as a testimony that he is on the right track, which is faith above reason. Only in this form of work does the Creator bring a person closer to Him and gives him room to draw nearer to Him, since this nearing will not let him fall into the vessels of reception which are called within reason, since the Creator sees that he is trying to go only above reason. Please, let's read the preface of the Wisdom of Kabbalah, and we'll go through it. Later on, we'll continue to the study of the 10 Sefirot. The study of the 10 Sefirot, that's already a study that is not precisely in order to know, but rather in order to use it as a sgula, a virtue or a remedy for attainment, meaning it is a helpful force, whereas the wisdom of Kabbalah, well, here we need to try to understand the way we understand these things now, and also this is how Rabash used to teach it. So please.
So we're reading the preface to the Wisdom of Kabbalah, item 1.
Well, we will read it, and you should write down your questions for each and every chapter. And later on, we will ask, as usual, following every chapter, we will take questions. Please.
Item 1. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashia says, the Creator wished to cleanse Israel. Hence, He gave them plentiful Torah and mitzvot. As was said, the Lord desires, for the sake of His righteousness, to extol and glorify the Torah. It is known that zchut is cleansing, is derived from the Hebrew word hizdakut, cleansing. It is, as our sages said, the mitzvot were only given to purify Israel with them. We must understand this zakut that we achieve through Torah and mitzvot, and what is the aviyut within us, which we must cleanse using Torah and mitzvot. And since we have already discussed in my book Panim Masbirot and in the study of Ten Sfirot, I shall briefly reiterate that the thought of creation was to delight the creatures in accord with his abundant generosity. For this reason, a great desire and craving to receive his abundance was imprinted in the souls. This is so because the will to receive is the kli for the pleasure of the abundance. Since the measure and the strength of the will to receive the abundance precisely corresponds to the measure of pleasure and delight in the abundance, and they are so connected that they are indivisible, except in what they relate to. The pleasure is related to the abundance, and the great desire to receive the abundance is related to the receiving creature. These two necessarily extend from the Creator. However, they should be divided in the above-mentioned manner. The abundance comes from his atzmut, his self, extending existence from existence. And the will to receive included there is the root of the creatures. This means that it is the root of initiation, that is, emergence, existence from absence, since there's certainly no form of will to receive in his atzmut. Hence, it is considered that the above-mentioned will to receive is the whole substance of creation, from beginning to end. Thus, all the creatures, all their innumerable instances and conducts that have appeared and will appear, that appeared and will appear, are but measures and various values of the will to receive. And all that exists in those creatures, that is, all that is received in the will to receive, imprinted in them, extends from his self, existence from existence. It is not at all a new creation, existence from absence, since it is not renewed at all. Rather, it extends from his endlessness, existence from existence.
So we're continuing in item 2 of the preface to the Wisdom of Kabbalah. Item 2. As we have said, the will to receive is innately included in the thought of creation with all its values. Along with a great abundance, he had planned to delight them and impart upon them. And know that these are the or, light, and vessel, kli, that we discern in the upper worlds. They necessarily come tied together and cascade together degree by degree. And the extent to which the degrees descend from the light of his face and depart from him is the extent of the materialization of the will to receive contained in the abundance. We could also state the contrary. To the extent that the will to receive in the abundance materializes, it descends degree by degree, as written below, to the lowest of all places, where the will to receive is fully materialized. This place is called the world of Asiya. The will to receive is considered man's body. and the abundance one receives is considered the measure of vitality in that body. It is similar to other creatures in this world. Thus, the only difference between the upper worlds and this world is that as long as the will to receive included in his abundance has not fully materialized, it is regarded as still being in the spiritual worlds, above this world. Once the will to receive has fully materialized, it is regarded as being in this world.